Hello, my name is Larry Wade, and I'm with the Ohio Floor Company. And we're here today to talk to Eric Yoder about floor cleaning. Start out with, I'm gonna let Eric tell you a little bit about himself.
My name is Eric. I've been with the Ohio Floor Company for 15 years, I believe at this point. Started in high school, working through the summers, and did mostly residential up until a couple of years ago, and I've been doing residential sales for the past couple of years.
Okay, so that kind of makes you an expert, as we say.
If you say so, yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about the proper way to clean your hardwood floor. We think that would be helpful for some folks. Finishes are a little different than they were probably 20 years ago, 30 years ago. People are used to waxing their floor. That's not something we recommend at this point.
Not anymore. No.
So talk a little bit about the cleaners that are on the market. What are we looking for if we're going to clean our floors?
So I could kind of walk you through our method, or we have several different finishes that we use.
Okay.
And so we have finishes, or cleaners rather, that are made for those finishes. And when we redo a floor, we sand and finish it, we normally give out those cleaners, cleaning instructions with at the end of the project. And so there's certain cleaners that go for certain finishes, and we recommend sticking to a fairly strict regimen for that to maintain the life of the floor.
Okay. Well, say I own a house and I have no idea what kind of finish is on the floor.
Okay.
Is there something that you'd recommend? If I didn't get the work done with the Ohio Floor Company, I just bought a new house, it has hardwood in it. What are the basic recommendations?
Okay. So I would say if you're just looking for a generic off-the-shelf cleaner, Bona makes a pretty good cleaner as long as it's the cleaner. They also make a polish, which you want to stay away from, but they have a cleaner that is pretty similar to the ones we recommend.
Okay. So if I'm looking at Bona, if I go into Home Depot or Lowe's or something and there's a shelf full of cleaners, is there any one particular thing I'm looking to avoid, or?
Yes, several things. You want to stay away from any waxes, polishes, anything that says it adds a shine to the floor, mop and glow, orange glow, anything like that. Murphy's oil soap. You want to stay away from anything like that.
So you want to make sure the cleaner says non-wax.
Yes.
If I'm understanding
correctly. That's important. Yeah.
Okay. So if I get the right cleaner at Home Depot, I get a non-wax cleaner. If I haven't had the floors done for us with a recommendation of what to use, what kind of machines or mops or what do I use to clean my floor with?
So for daily cleaning, if that's part of your daily schedule, a dry microfiber rag or dry microfiber mop would be something you can do daily just to clean up the dust, any grit or grime that gets on the floor during daily use.
Now, do I just use a dry mop? I don't coat it with anything, or?
No. Yeah. You don't want to. Yeah, you want to dry mop it. Anytime you apply a product on the floor, you don't want to be putting something that stays on permanently, that doesn't evaporate or dry off.
Right. Okay.
You don't want to be putting any waxes or polishes on.
So I'm cleaning my floor regularly, but of course, most of us have husbands and sons that bring a lot of dirt in.
Sure.
If there's a major, or even in the kitchen, a lot of times we put hardwood in the kitchen or in the dining room, if there's a major spill, obviously we want to clean it up right away, but then it ends up being sticky. What can you spot that, or you have to clean the whole floor? Or
No, you can spot clean that. Yeah.
with a fiber mop? Or
Yeah. Oh, just if water works, great. If not, you want to go to more of a cleaner,
so
like a Bona
use one of
cleaner.
these
Yeah.
cleaners.
Yeah, you can also use a little bit of Dawn dish soap in the water, just a little bit to help cut whatever you're trying to clean up.
Okay. Now you mentioned daily cleaning. So if I'm going to mop the floor daily, it's a dry. How often do I need to clean it with a cleaner?
Well, that's a good question. That depends a little bit on your use of the floor. People use floors very differently, from just an older couple who is just them using the floor to an active family with pets and kids and things like that. So like if you want to clean your floor daily with the dry microfiber rag, and then weekly mop it with your cleaner that you use, most of the time you mix it with water of some ratio.
Usually says on the bottle.
Yeah, there's normally pretty clear instructions with that. So yeah, you can do that weekly, more if you need to.
That's good.
You can also vacuum if you make sure your vacuum has soft bristles, not hard wheels that can make scratches.
Okay. And you can probably take a vacuum around the corners, get the dust bunnies and all that kind of stuff. It often is thought of water as being the absolute enemy of a floor, which is true. So do you have some ideas on helping keep a floor clean by maybe having mats by the doors or air rugs? Do you have any thoughts on how that works? And
yeah, it's a good idea to, especially if it's an entry door from the outside, whether your front door or maybe from your garage, something like that. Have an area rug there, kind of trap some of the heavier dirt, and you're not bringing that and spreading it throughout the house. That's always good.
Is there a concern with moisture getting through that rug? Like say, again, it's raining, I got boys, they bring in their boots and set them there. Is there something I should be concerned with?
Yeah, you want to pay attention to that. You don't want to have it sopping wet, because it can trap moisture in there and be almost worse if the moisture gets in there. I would say if that's a concern, you want to check it fairly regularly. Maybe whenever you clean your rugs, leave them off for a while and let it kind of air out, so it's not trapping anything in
What
there.
about area rugs like under a table? Is there any major concerns with keeping that clean? Should I move that rug? Did the dirt get underneath it, or?
Yeah, it can. I would say, depending how often you clean your floors, you don't want to be moving the chairs and table too often, but monthly or every couple months, move it, clean all the dirt out from underneath it. Because dirt does get trapped underneath it, and with just a slight movement, it can kind of dull down that area. Now, most of the time, you're always going to have an area rug there, but it can, if you decide to pull it up for any reason, it can affect the sheen of the finish underneath if it's there for a long time.
Right. Well, let's kind of recap here. That's good information. So, bottom line is, if you have a floor done by us, we'll give you the information, and there's specific finishes or specific cleaners that we recommend for certain finishes. But if you don't know what kind of finish you have, if you're just using an existing house that the floor's been down for many years, you want to use a non-wax cleaner.
Yeah.
You want to clean the floor at least once a day, a couple times a week, dry mopping it just to keep the dust up and the grime off your floor. If you have major spills, clean it up with cleaner or water or a little bit of Dawn dish soap and water.
You can spot clean it. If you spill something.
But then you recommend at least once a month doing a pretty good cleaning with your microfiber.
If not, I would say with a wet microfiber mop, weekly if you can, several times a month if not that often.
Okay. Anything else that you want to pass on to people as they're cleaning their hardwood floors?
One thing you want to stay away from is steam cleaner.
Okay.
I know people that use it and haven't had any problems, but it's recommended to stay away from it because you're introducing not only moisture but also heat into the floor, and it can cause the finish to peel or the wood to crack if you use it quite often. So it's just something to pay attention to and stay away from the steam cleaners.
Because basically your wet mops will clean very well.
They should, yeah.
Very good. Well, if you have any other questions, if this video sparks some questions, obviously you can call us here at the office. We're on online, ohiofloor.com, and the girls here in the office would be willing to, or more than able to help ask or answer any questions you might have. Hope you find this video useful and helpful, and may all your hardwood floors be clean.